At this time, will all the voting members please open the envelope containing your ballots. Please make sure that there are 3 ballots in the envelope. This should be your first, second, and third ballot. If you do not have the correct number of ballots, please raise your hand and one of our tellers will provide you with a new envelope. If all the ballots are in order, we will continue with our business. A copy of this morning's agenda, this evening's agenda, has been placed in front of you. If no one has modifications or additions, we will proceed with the agenda as written. Is there a motion? Second. Those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The agenda is approved. The minutes of the 2011 Annual Executive Committee meeting held January 15th at the Dolphin Hotel can also be found in front of you. At this time, are there any corrections to them as written? If there are none, is there a motion to accept the minutes as written? Second. Name of the motion and the second, please. Only for the motion. Thank you. We have a second. Those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. The minutes are now approved. You will now find in front of you a copy of the election procedures that we will be using this evening. Is there a motion to accept the election procedures?
Motion to accept. That was AJ.
Those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Procedures are approved. Prior to this evening's election, Diane Simpson, Chairman of the Credentials Committee, the Jefferson County State Committee woman, will give the report of the Credentials Committee.
State executive members, there are 211 members of the committee credentialed, and there are 181 members present. There are no challenges. Thank you.
I'd like to quickly thank Congressman Webster and Congressman Buchanan for joining us this evening. Thanks for being here. No one other than the voting members are allowed to cast ballots. Each voter needs to be present. Proxies will not be accepted. If you leave the room, replace your ballot with anyone else, your ballot will not be counted. Candidates for chairman will have 10 minutes to make their presentations. This time allotment includes nominations and seconds. Luke Strickland will be keeping time with a stopwatch. Only members of the executive committee may make nominations. However, non-members will be allowed to speak in support of the candidate who again be allotted time. There are 250 members of the executive committee. Of those members, 181 are in attendance and eligible to vote. In order for a candidate to win, they must receive a majority of votes cast. Should a majority not be reached in the first vote, there will be a runoff. The floor is now open for nominations for the office of chairman. Chairman recognizes Lieutenant Governor.
Members, it is with sadness that brings us here today. I thank Chairman Bittner for his commitment to this party and his willingness to sacrifice his last days working to get us on track to have a well-oiled machine to have victory in 2012. I thank Lenny Bittner for her steadfast commitment to stand alongside our chairman in this endeavor. My prayers and my love go out to you, Wendy and Dave. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. resignation, and in the same letter he stated his support for Lenny Curry to succeed him. Chairman Bittner stated in his letter, and I quote, "Vice Chairman Lenny Curry and I have worked side by side on every important RPOF initiative. Through it all, our Vice Chairman has shown the leadership and tenacity that makes our party such an effective political force. These demonstrations of leadership and commitment of the Republican cause not only make Lenny a great Vice Chairman, they also make him the best qualified leader for our party moving forward to the 2012 election. Therefore, I respectfully ask for your vote to make Lenny Curry the next chairman of the Republican Party of Florida," end quote. Lenny Curry was elected by the Republican Party members to be in this position, to lead when called upon. That was the job that we elected him for. Today, we are simply reaffirming our votes standing with Chairman Bittner and Vice Chairman Curry, and reaffirming the natural and legal ascension from one chairman to another. For days like these is why we have a vice chair. Thank goodness we have a Republican Party wise enough to elect strong, capable, experienced leadership to the vice chair position. And now we can reaffirm our commitment to Lenny Curry to carry on as the new chairman of the Republican Party of Florida as we lead onward to victory in 2012. As we prepare for the RNC convention and the presidential election in 2012, our party, more than ever before, need to be focused, unified, and forceful to achieve great results in November. Our state needs you. Our country is relying on Florida to stand strong as a united front to bring about victory for Republicans to have the White House. To accomplish this goal, I am strongly asking you all to join me in voting for Lenny Curry to be our next chairman of the Republican Party of Florida. It is with great pleasure that I nominate Lenny Curry to be our chairman of the RPOF.
There's been a nomination for chairman. Are there any seconds?
It is my pleasure to speak for RNC co-chairwoman Sharon Day, who has lost her voice, so I'm going to read her words, and this is particularly a pleasure for me to be able to read the second nomination for my friend Lenny Curry, and I do apologize for my outfit because I have been working as a volunteer all day, so normally I wear a suit, but thank you for your indulgence. This is from Sharon. It's been my plans to, in my own voice, second Lenny Curry's nomination. Unfortunately, I have no voice, but I would still like you to know my feelings, and I hope that you will indulge Cindy in reading this on my behalf. The battle that we have facing our country is a battle for our continued American exceptionalism. The only way that will occur is for all of us to work together to ensure that Obama is a one-term president, to take back the United States Senate, and to send our Republican House members back to Washington to protect us all. To do that, we need a strong Republican Party of Florida, a united effort, and to continue to work together to make sure that Florida, once again, is a red state. Our late chairman, Dave Bittner, worked closely with Lenny. Together, they built a path to success in 2012, and it was Dave's wishes that Lenny fulfill this plan and his legacy. I, Sharon Day, supporting Lenny for chairman and asking for your support for Lenny as the next chairman of the Republican Party of Florida, and so am I. Thank you.
The nominations.
Mr. Chairman? He's speaking?
Nothing's changed with this group. Good to see y'all. And it is an honor and privilege to third the nomination of my good friend Lenny Curry. Before I do that, Wendy, God bless you from all of us. When I was Speaker of the Florida House of Representatives and was blessed to have that privilege, and I know Danny felt the same way when he was Speaker, we could not have had a better friend than Dave Bittner. In fact, there was a time when he told me he would take a bullet for me. I'd take a bullet for him now to have him back, and I miss him all. When thank you for everything you've done and everything that Dave did for our party. Thank you. I want to just tell you on a personal basis, I know Lenny Curry. I know Molly, and we're delighted that where Molly is. She's over there somewhere. There she is. Molly, stand up. Everybody should see you. This is Lenny's wife. You're going to be blessed to have a wonderful First Lady of the Republican Party in Molly. She's a wonderful wife. She's a devoted mother, and she's just an incredible person. And that's what Lenny Curry is about. He's about family. He's about the kind of values that we all share. And I will tell you this. I had the privilege this past week of nominating Don Gates as our next Senate President. And I said in that nomination that when we have difficult times, whether it's in our party or whatever, Florida has always looked to gifted leaders. And you're going to get a gifted leader in Lenny Curry. I promise you that. He's the kind of person, absolutely, he's the kind of person that will lead us in difficult times. And I think this last few days, and I know Dave started the ball rolling to get all of this done that's happened in the last few days, but Lenny and his team has actually executed that, and I think done an incredible job over the last 3 days of showcasing the Republican Party of Florida in the finest way it could ever be showcased. Congratulations for that, Lenny, and all the staff. So I tell you this, we've had some difficult times in the Republican Party the last few years. And you guys were kind enough to stand with me when we had a difficult time. And I simply ask you today to stand with this good man, Lenny Curry, and help him in every way you can be the most successful chairman we've ever had in the Republican Party of Florida. And it's a pleasure and an honor and privilege to nominate my dear friend from Jacksonville, Lenny Curry, as the chairman of the Republican Party of Florida. God bless you, Lenny.
Are there any further nominations?
Mr. Chairman?
We're live here. Mr. Chairman, while I acknowledge that there could be significant logistical, residential, and divine obstacles, I still, and of course if the individual accepts, I would like to place the name of Ronald Wilson Reagan to be our next chairman, if he accepts. However, if he does not accept, I will withdraw the nomination, and I'll make a motion to close nominations.
Is there a motion to close nominations? Is there a second? Those in favor? Aye. The nominations are closed.
Unanimous ballot for Lenny Curry as chairman of the Republican Party of Florida.
Second!
Any discussion? Those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Thank you. Thank you. I'm not a natural smiler. I've got my friends up here reminding me to smile. First, I want to thank everybody in this room for the support that I've personally received over the last few days and over the last week. It's been sincere and it's been helpful, and I really appreciate it. We have experienced a tremendous loss over the last few days, but nobody's experienced it. Nobody's experienced the grief like Wendy. Wendy, we are praying for you. Dave's with you in heaven. We love you. We're all with you. I was blessed to have worked with Dave in the capacity of vice chairman and get to know him pretty well. And there's two things that stand out that I can tell you about him. Dave worked hard every day and fought to the bitter end. In pain. Those of us who were with him saw it. He was in real pain. And he fought to the bitter end because he had an unrelenting tenacity to make the Republican Party of Florida the best possible party that it could be. The other thing that I can tell you about Dave is that Dave was Dave in this process, what we've all expected, those of you that have known him for years. He did this with integrity, and he did this with courage, with real courage. People throw that word around. Dave walked through this battle with courage. Given the immense respect that I have for Dave and his leadership, you can imagine it was very humbling and emotional to have his endorsement to be in this role. I stand there tonight and tell you with the support of my family, my wife Molly, my friends, my family, and my business associates. I'm ready to serve as the Republican Party of Florida chairman. I do not take this responsibility lightly, and I am focused like a razor on ensuring that we have the leadership to stop Barack Obama's big government agenda. Just look at what the liberals and Democrats are doing to our country. Ramming this unconstitutional health care down our throats, spending billions on this so-called stimulus. What has the stimulus done for us? More people are out of work, your home values continue to decline, your 401k, your savings, it's worse than before the stimulus. And the debt continues to grow, burdening our children. But I can tell you, yes, we need a better future for our children and hope for tomorrow and our grandkids. There's people sitting in this room right now. We all know people that are either out of a job, that are working 2 jobs, or a spouse has had to pick up another job. Every American, regardless of age, deserves hope and to realize they can fulfill their God-given potential, whether they're 20 years old, or 60 years old, or 80 years old. And that will come with Republican solutions. I'm blessed to have 3 young kids, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about and I'm not concerned about their future. Like many of you in this room. I'm also a small business owner that had to deal with raising capital and signing a paycheck. But I can tell you, Barack Obama and Bill Nelson have no idea what small business owners, or families for that matter, go through. The risks they take. No idea. Neither of them ever created a job. But we're going to help them learn what it's like to have to find a job. As your chairman, I'm committed to giving you my full time and commitment to this party. Over the last 9 months, I've had the opportunity to meet with many of you, and I will continue in Dave's example and crisscross the state. The best way to grow this party is to remain a visionary force is for us to work together and remain united. We're focused on winning in November through many of the things that are already in place, the voter registration program, our technology upgrades, our Get Out the Vote efforts, and our fundraising. We can do this together. There's a lot of work to be done. In closing, I will tell you that I never imagined I would be here. In fact, I'll tell you what I dreamed about when I was a kid. In high school, I thought I was going to play in the NFL. That was my dream. It was. I played hard every day. And then when I was about 18, I looked in the mirror and for the first time I recognized a 5'8.5", 180. So my path has taken me to a different station in life. And now my dream is to continue on the path that Ronald Reagan talked about, which is making America that shining city. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your confidence. I really appreciate it. God bless America. Well, the next line of business was, if there were no opponents, to call for, right here, that we've done that, so, yes. We have no new business, we have no unfinished business, so, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our secretary to announce the next meeting.